Right, boys, we're back for another video. And for those of you who don't know, I have a coaching program. And I pretty much help people grow in their walk with Christ. Okay? And I don't know why this camera's so blurry. There we go. I help people grow in their walk with Christ. And, one of the things I've been seeing a lot on these calls, these discovery calls, is people having bad mindsets, doubting themselves, genuinely doubting themselves. And I want to make this video today to tell you that God is not calling you to be average. Okay, and I'm going to explain that right now. Okay, because you have to think about it. Look at everyone around you. Look at every person your age around you. Okay, man or woman. Okay, can tell you and I can promise you they're not thinking about the same things you're thinking about. Okay, when they wake up, and when they wake up, they're thinking about the weekend. Okay, they're thinking about going out, partying, drinking, watching sports. They're thinking about the everyday average thing. Oh, the gossip at work. What two man's coming up next. Okay, for the girls, they're thinking about the cute boy down the street, right? They're thinking about, I don't know, whatever girls think about. I'm not a girl, right? That was a bad example, but I can more specifically target men, right? They're thinking about the average everyday stuff. Okay, when you wake up, you're thinking about completely different things. Okay, you're thinking about, how am I going to get my money? How am I going to become the best version of myself? How can I stop doing X habits so I can grow closer to the Lord? You and them are two completely different things. I need you guys to stop being average. Okay, you have to understand God has placed that vision in your heart for a reason, whether that be, going after the dream job, starting that business, um, getting that dream car, having that dream wife and kids and that family, whatever that thing may be, getting that A in school. All right, I don't know your circumstance, but I know God has placed that vision into your heart for a reason, because He's done it with me. This YouTube channel is a vision by Him. I didn't wake up one day and randomly start thinking, I'm going to make Christ-focused self-improvement videos. Now I'm going to help people grow in their walk with Christ and help them become the happiest, holiest, and strongest versions of themselves. No, I could not comprehend that. I could not conceive that. All right, God placed that vision in my heart for a reason. It's the same with every single one of you. Because when you look at these people around you, they're not thinking about what you're thinking about. They're not thinking about their future. They're not thinking about their success. They're not thinking about their finances, their future family. They're not thinking about any of that. Okay, they're thinking about the two-man next week. They're thinking about what bar is going to they're gonna go to. They're thinking about the drama in their friend group. They're thinking about, the big sports game coming up. And I'm not crapping on sports, okay? Shout out the Bills, shout out the Sabres. We're both making the playoffs this year. I promise you guys that. But they're not thinking about what you are thinking about. Okay, they have a completely different mindset than you. And with that mindset, they're going to have average views. They're going to have average thoughts. They're going to have average thinking. They're going to tell their kids, oh, you got to get to college, go work that 9 to 5. You guys got to, save your money. Don't go to Starbucks and buy that coffee, right? You guys need to go out and party on the weekends and have fun. You guys need to do this and that. Oh, don't start a business, it's risky. They're going to have the average genuine thoughts, and it's not their fault. It's not their fault. Okay, it comes from their parents, and their parents got it from their parents, and all that. Okay, but we have these visions because of God. Okay, we have these visions because of God. I hope I have proved it to you now. I hope I genuinely have helped you and proved it to you. And with that being said, with those visions in your heart and knowing that they're coming from God, the creator of the universe, like right now, looking around, I'm making these videos outside and getting my vitamin D and all that. I see trees, I see wildlife, I see grass. You have to understand that the creator of the universe, the creator who has created every single living thing, everything in this earth, everything on this planet, the universe, whatever, He has placed those visions in your heart for a reason. Okay, so stop doubting it, man. Stop doubting it. Stop having that negative mindset. We learn in Think and Grow Rich that you need to think positively. That's the first step of winning, manifesting it, bringing that energy towards you. And I didn't understand it at first. I genuinely didn't understand it. But once you start giving your all to God, you can kind of shift your own reality. I'm not even joking. Genuinely, you kind of shift your own reality. You start to think in abundance and things start to come your way. And we learn in Matthew, seek first the kingdom of righteousness and all these things will be added onto you. Okay, and we talked about in the last video obtaining favor from the Lord. It talks about that a lot in the Old and New Testament, Exodus to be exact, where it speaks about how if you're good and you are obedient to the Lord, you will obtain favor. That's what happened to Moses and Aaron, right? Versus the Egyptians. Okay, I think it was Pharaoh, right? Pharaoh did everything in his power not to obey the Lord and not to listen to the Lord, not to listen to Moses. And guess what? He got hit by plagues, all that stuff, and then he tried to go after Moses, and God parted the sea for Moses, and he didn't part the sea for the Egyptians, and they got cooked. Okay, they got cooked. All right, so I need you to start thinking positively and start understanding that the visions you have in your heart, those visions of whatever it be, the 10K month, the business, the beautiful family, the dream job, getting those grades in school, the nice physique, anything that you want that is a holy desire. Okay, obviously, all men, at some certain extent, they desire like a threesome, a foursome, these bad habits, right? Those aren't from God. You know that because it's not biblical. But the stuff that is biblical, that like God would give to you, and it would better your life and better your relationship with Him. Like, for example, everyone thinks money's bad, right? But I know when I get my bag up, it's going back into this YouTube channel to help people grow more in their walk with Christ. It's going to charity, right? Those types of visions God has given you, okay? You need to understand that those are from God and that you need to start thinking positively. All right? And if this video hit you, it's because God's trying to wake you up. All right, I built a 6-week plan to help you stop doing things that hurt you and start doing what God wants for you and become the strongest, happiest, and holiest version of yourself. All right, it's not some watered down course. It's a path I've lived myself. All right, if you're interested in that, my Instagram is chris.flanagan_. Shoot me a DM. We'll hop on a call. We'll talk about your life story. We'll talk about your plan, and we'll help you grow in your walk with Christ, man. I love each and every single one of you. If you could take anything away from this video, stop thinking average. You're not average.